Welcome to the Podium Sessions podcast. We have another fun one lined up for you today. We're outside of testing, so now it's time to get in predictions. So we are going to predict the best 5 teams for the 2026 season and our top 10 drivers. So hang out with us and let's have some fun. All right, boys, the moment is here. It's time for us to give our predictions for the 2026 season. The time has come. This is the moment. We've gone through numerous testing sessions, private and 2 public testing sessions over the recent weeks. And we have to shit or get off the pot. Like we have to put out there what we think, and we're going to hold each other to it like fantasy football. And whoever is the worst, who is the most wrong, is going to have to do something so silly at the end of the season.
We should create a group through our platforms and do like fantasy, but just an overall pick.
Like a
put
pick
some
'em?
money on the line. Yeah, like a pick 'em and put money on the line.
Oh,
Whoever
pick 'em
gets
would
closer
be
gets
good.
hot. Let's do it.
Oh, dude,
I like the
pick 'em
sound
would
of
be
that.
great. I like that. That would be a
Comment
lot
below.
of fun. We
Comment
should do a pick 'em
below.
for sure.
Let's
I
do
love it. I love it. I love it. All right. First, we're going to start out, and here's the format for today's episode. We're going to start out with teams first. We're going to go over our top 5 teams, each of us. So we're going to go through and list 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, each of us, our top 5 teams for the 2026 season. And then we're going to get into our top 10 drivers. So we'll do the same format for the drivers as well. You boys ready?
Ready.
Don't forget, we can add an optional wild card
Yes.
if you want.
Yes. We
Then
can
we're gonna go
definitely
for
add in a
driver,
wild
and
card.
then we discuss. Let's go. Rip it.
All right. JW, let's start with you. Top
Okay.
5 teams.
All right. First, I'm going to start with my wild card / honorable mention. I'm going to throw Audi in there.
I just diarrheaed a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Go on.
Keep
Keep
going.
it
We're gonna
going.
be here all day.
Keep
We're
going.
gonna be
Number
here all day.
Number 5, Williams. I think they're going to go off well again. Number
Okay.
4, Red Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Number
on.
3, Number 3, Ferrari. Number 2, McLaren. And number 1, Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah.
AB.
Wild card, Haas. Number 5, Williams. Number 4, McLaren. Number 3, Red Bull. Number 2, Mercedes. Number 1, Alpine. Just kidding, Ferrari.
God grant me this serenity.
Hey, Alex, you ready for this?
Yep.
My wild card, Haas. My number 5, Williams. My number 4, McLaren. My number 3, Ferrari. My number 2, Red Bull. My number 1, Mercedes. You and I thought we were going to go on a streak there. I was like, oh, we're going.
You know what?
And then
That
you went
one's
this way.
fair.
I went this way.
That one's fair. You went Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull.
No,
No.
McLaren number 4, Ferrari,
Okay,
Red
sorry.
Bull, then Mercedes. Mercedes.
Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. Okay, I like
Because
that.
as we talked about sandbagging before, I put Mercedes as my number 1 sandbag.
You know why I think Ferrari is going to barely edge out Mercedes? We
Because they
would
have
have
that
been
small
pretty much
ass-
the same thing.
Chirpy turbo.
I don't think Kimmy's going to have the veteranship to adapt to that car as quickly or as George would. I don't think
That's a great
Kimmy's going
point.
to do well in
That's
this
a
car.
valid point.
And I don't think he's going to help him with the points.
Yeah.
I think Ferrari's the team to beat. The Mercedes is the team to beat. But I think Lewis and Charles are
from
going
a
to have
Oh,
a great
dude,
year.
Yeah.
yeah. If you're comparing them like that,
Well, you have to add the
without
points.
question.
That's how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how
That's the only way
you
you
do
do
it.
it. You can't have
Yeah.
like number 1. You can't have George Russell win the championship and then Kimmy be 11 in the points and you expect to win the constructor championship. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurt me to put McLaren at 4, but when I heard Zach Brown's interview with, I think Adrian Sella was next to him, where he was just like, we're going to let him race like we did last year, team orders. I was like, well, you've just doomed yourself again. So
Yep.
last year you could get away with it because you had a really nice car buffer in there. You're not going to have those same advantages this year. So one little slip up, one little mistake is going to cost you a severe amount of points. And I
Yep.
think McLaren is going to do it more often than we care to admit they're going to do it.
And we're now going to drift onto the drivers' predictions, and that will give us a lot more reasoning on our team's constructor
Yes.
championship predictions. All right.
This is going to be fun. Who wants to start, boys?
I think you
Alex,
should,
you want to go?
no, Corey, you should start this one.
You want me
always
to
go
start?
last. Yep.
Okay. My wild card is Alex Albon. My number 10 is Ollie Bierman. My number 9 is Carlos Sainz. My number 8 is Isaac Hadjar. My number 7 is Kimi Antonelli. My number 6 is Lewis Hamilton. My number 5 is Oscar Piastri. My number 4 is Lando Norris. My number 3 is Charles Leclerc. My number 2 is Jorge Russell. And my number 1 is Max Verstappen.
We had all but 3 the same.
Why do we do that? I don't know how that happens.
It's the triplets.
We never talk about it either. Never.
Dude.
Not ever. It never comes
All right.
up. Yeah.
I'm gonna go because it's so close. You're gonna love this. Wild card, Alex Albon. Number 10, Oliver Behrman. Number 9, and this is where we switch Ruski, Kimi Antonelli. I don't think he's gonna bear well in this car. Number 8, Isaac Hadjar. Number 7, Carlos Sainz.
So we flip-flop that one.
Yep, you're going to love this one, JW. Number 6, Lando Norris. Number 6, Lando Norris. And number 6, Lando Norris. Number 5, we have Oscar Piastri. Number 4, we have Lewis Hamilton. Number 3, Charles Leclerc. Leclerc! Number 2, Jorge Russell. And number 1, Max Verstappen, 5-time world champion.
Yep. I like it. So much to talk about. JW, let's go.
All right.
Number
Honorable
1,
mention.
Lando Norris.
Honorable mention, Alex Albon. Number 10, Nico Hülkenberg.
Is that part of your Audi wildcard too?
Dude, I love how much love you're giving Audi. I couldn't do it from the bottom of my heart. I wanted to. So I'm just going to live vicariously through you.
It gets better. Number 9, Gabriel Bortoleto. Yeah. I think you guys are really underestimating how seriously Audi's taking this. Now, number 8, Kimi Antonelli.
Okay.
Number 7, Ollie Behrman. Number 6, Isaac Hadjar. Number 5, Carlos Sainz. Number 4, Lando Norris. Number 3,
you're running out of spots for people.
Oscar Piastri. Number 2, George Russell. Number 1, Max Verstappen.
Wow. So you think Lewis Hamilton's just going to eat it this year, huh?
I have a feeling that Ferrari is abysmal. I don't know why.
But why would you place Charles in, what was it?
Yeah, so I thought of this half an hour ago.
Just rapid fire him. Just rapid fire him. Wild card, Alex.
No. Wild card, Hülkenberg.
No, you said Alex Albon.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Wild card, Alex. 10, Hülkenberg.
Okay.
9, Bortoleto.
Okay.
8, Antonelli.
Okay.
7,
you had Hadjar.
Ollie Behrman.
Oh, yeah.
This is where I messed up. Number 6, I said Isaac Hadjar, but what I wanted to say was Sainz.
Okay.
Then number 5, Hamilton. Number 4, Lando. Number 3, Charles. Number 2, George. Number 1, Max.
Okay. Okay.
And now we can get into it because there is one I did not say in the top 10 at all.
So you don't have Oscar or Isaac on the top 10.
Let's rock it into this conversation.
Okay. Why?
Why?
Yeah. We need justification on
Hold
Isaac
on.
and Oscar.
I think before you get into Isaac Hadjar and Oscar, I am curious about the Audi piece of it and what you feel as far as the trajectory of Audi that maybe I've not seen or misunderstanding.
All right, here we go. I got it.
By the way, guys, unless Lando wins like 12 races, there's no way McLaren could be as high as you put him in the Constructors' Championship with Oscar not being in the points.
He'll be in the points, just not
being in the top 10.
Yeah. All right.
That's a tough one.
Let me explain Audi.
Okay.
I've gone back and looked at Audi's history in motorsport. And I think if you go off of what they've done in endurance, what they've done in rally, what they've done in every single category that they've gotten into, I think they've been working on this for longer than everyone thinks. I think people are seriously underestimating how seriously they're taking this program. And I think they have a very good driver lineup. I think Nico is one of the most experienced drivers on the grid, bar a few mess ups last year. I think Gabby Bortoleto had an amazing season. So yeah, that's
do you think there's anything, because I guess one of the teams that admittedly I didn't pay as much attention to when it came to testing was Audi. So I don't know statistically, I don't know how many laps they finished. I don't know what the average lap time was. I don't know in terms of reliability if they had any major issues. I don't think they did. I think they were going around the track.
They ran
pretty
their
well.
program pretty smoothly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm almost like reserving any sort of critical judgment because I don't know. I
Well,
didn't see to even make a slight
to
determination
be
of
fair, I mean, my decision's very hopeful. Like, I'm hoping I'm right. I don't think I'm wrong. But I don't think, like, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them isn't ranked where I said it was. And by that, I mean out of the top 10.
I like
So
that you were very aggressive with it. I
there you go.
appreciate and admire that.
Now, I really want to get into Oscar because I have comments.
Go for it.
I
we got
think
time.
Oscar is a phenomenal driver. I think he's a future world champion. But
In what
I
future?
think he's going to be so focused, not just on beating his teammate, but on showing who he is, that he is going to commit royal fuck ups this season.
Mm.
And I think he showed it. He showed it to me in Baku. He showed it to me in Austin. He showed it to me in Brazil. So yeah, and I mean, he showed it a couple other times during the season as well. Like he showed it in Imola when he just got eaten up by Max. So hey, am I going to be absolutely wrong about him not being in the top 10? Probably, yeah. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to mess up a lot because he's desperate. He's desperate to correct what happened this past season. So yeah, biased as hell, absolutely. But it wouldn't be crazy to me if it happened. That's me.
I don't see
It's hard.
a
Hard
path
answer
of
to
which
that. Yeah.
Oscar Piastri is outside of the top 10.
That's
It,
absolutely valid.
it would have to be like monumental mess ups. And
Like,
a
he
part of
probably
it would
needs
have
to
to
be
be his
injured
mistakes.
for a few races.
Yeah, like appendicitis, like Carlos Sainz is going to pull him out of races.
Yep.
Something extenuating is going to listen, I think if he, for whatever reason, falls out of top 10, bold prediction, but if he does fall out of a top 10, it's not going to be because of his own unraveling. There's going to
Agreed.
be extenuating circumstances that keep him out that
Agreed.
aren't going to be of his own. So
Agreed.
that one.
No. It's
I don't know,
totally
man.
fair, boys. It's totally fair.
I'm
That's
not
just
saying it's impossible. Nothing's impossible.
No. Listen, I think it's more impossible than possible. But like realistically speaking, but that's just I have this very
Get the
strong
feeling?
gut feeling about it.
Dude,
I don't know why.
I on the other hand suspect that Ferrari is only going to be able to, edge out McLaren because of their car, not because of their driving, which is why I put them where I put them. And I think that Oscar is going to outdrive Lando. He's going to, I think he showed a little bit of humility towards the end of the season, and he's acting like there's this weird energy to him that it feels like he's going to come back vindictively, but show it on the racetrack, not show it through his driving skills rather than trying to turn on his teammate or what have you. I just think he's going to outshine Lando this year.
I think
And
another
that's yeah.
I think
I think
another
that's totally fair.
advantage, an off-season advantage that I don't think was talked about at all, but I know is the case, is that if you think about it last year, there was pretty high expectations hoisted on Oscar Piastri's shoulders, knowing that the car was going to come in from a development perspective and be on top. Like that's a lot for somebody who is not as tenured to really try to like wrap their head around, still developing as a driver, but then all these outside expectations are hoisted on you. By the way, those outside expectations and the person in your ear being Mark Webber, who is a former F1 driver, that's a lot. And I can tell you from what I know this year, Mark Webber is not allowed around him when he's with the team to be that additional bug in his ear,
That's
telling him
did
he
see
needs to
that.
do this or look out for yourself or look for this. It's really going to be a team dynamic. I think if Oscar found I would say if he matured a bit in the offseason, maybe went to a sports psychologist, I pray that he did, given just some of the mentality aspects of it. I think he can be a force in 2026, and I think he can give Lando a run for his money. I still have him tucked right behind Lando. I think Lando is still a much more mature driver, and I think Lando will probably have an easier time getting to grips with this new car, just this new regulation change. But I have him firmly tucked in there at number 5. So I think Oscar Piastri, I think there's flexibility depending on his mental well-being throughout the season of anywhere between like 5 and 8 is kind of where I have him earmarked.
So I agree. I think Oscar's the kind of driver, either he's going to completely blow the competition out of the water or he's going to have an abysmal year. I do not think there's going to be an in-between, mainly because Oscar's season last year was just like that.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster. Jeez,
It was a
man.
roller coaster.
So many ebbs and
So,
flows.
Alex, I'm curious about your picks.
Mm.
I totally respect you having Max at number 1, but I thought you would have some of the Ferrari drivers higher.
Then 3 and 4?
I honestly thought you would.
There's no way, right? Here's my logic. The driver to beat isn't Max Verstappen. The driver to beat is the driver with the best car right now, and I think that's George Russell.
But
now, if there's a person that can outmaneuver any car in this lineup, is Max Verstappen. And if he's going to go out there and take that comment from Sissy Lando and transform that into a world championship, dude, you do not remember
I'm not questioning
the analogy
Max.
where I told you were at the bay and there was a shark that smelled water?
Yeah,
blood. The shark in the water that smelled blood. Dude,
I'm not questioning Max.
Well, George is the man to beat, dude. I think Charles is going to have a year where he's going to be so close, but he's going to fall short.
That's what I meant. That's what I wanted to find out. Like, why don't you have him fighting Max? Why don't you have? Well, Lewis, it doesn't surprise me because I still think Lewis is going to struggle a bit this season. But I was surprised with Charles.
I think it could be either Charles or Max. I think it's going to be, by the way, I think it's going to be very close at the top.
Yeah, so do I.
I agree.
Wait, so do you think closer than this past season?
I mean, as closer, just, I can't, I'm not going to go into points and be like, oh, it's going to be mathematically by 2 or 3. It's going to be super close.
Yeah.
It'll be close. It's not going to be, in my mind, Max is not going to take it by a lot. I think it's going to be decided in the last couple of races, and I think it's going to be by, I think there's going to be a lot of controversies towards the end. I think that Charles could get close, but I don't think he edges out Russell. I think this is the year where Russell, if he doesn't win it, he loses it by margins to Max Verstappen.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think McLaren
are going to be anywhere as close as you would expect them to be. I think
that's why I have McLaren as my 4th team. I mean,
so here's the thing with McLaren. They ran their preseason testing, with the exception of Barcelona, pretty smoothly. They drove the most laps. So that's why I have faith in the team. But I do agree that the guy to beat is going to be George Russell. I think we all agree here that Kimi's not going to have the season everyone's making him out to have, right? I mean, Alex, you had Kimi at what? 9, 8?
Yeah.
And then Cory, you had him pretty low too.
I had him at 7.
Yeah,
that's generous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You think Kimi could finish out of the top 10?
No, I think he finishes in 9.
Okay.
But 9 and 7 is 2 drivers difference. I think that's saying he's going to beat out Carlos and Isaac this year. I think Isaac's going to surprise us all.
That Isaac's the one. That's because I have him and Kimi Antonelli 7 and 8, and that's the one where I could easily interchange. Like I could flip those two pretty easily from.
I don't know, boys. I just have this gut feeling that second seat Red Bull curse isn't done with the drivers yet.
I think it is.
I don't know.
I really hope it is, because it's so much better for the sport when the top, the most legendary teams are in their tippy top shape. It would kind of be like saying, soccer suffers when Real Madrid and Barcelona aren't doing well. It's quite similar to that. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that second Red Bull seat is still pretty cursed, man.
I think to me, the bigger question mark that I have on what I would say would make these predictions harder, both from an individual driver aspect and a team aspect, is that we've seen testing. So we've seen the cars on track, but we've only seen them in Azerbaijan. Or sorry, Bahrain.
In Bahrain.
We've only seen them in Bahrain, right? We've only seen them really performing at one location under a very specific set of conditions.
Yeah,
we haven't seen them on the other 23 tracks they're going to race on this year. And to me, that's why I put Max Verstappen as my number 1. It isn't because the Red Bull looked the best during testing. It is because when there are changing conditions from one track to another, I'm going to bet Max Verstappen every single time is going to be the one to get a better handle on that car, on his car, than any other driver will on theirs.
Yep.
So it's literally why for this season I'm like, I
Wait.
can't not put him at number 1 because of that variable.
Did we all do that?
Verstappen at 1.
Yeah, Verstappen at 1.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Verstappen is. I honestly,
Now-
that wasn't even a question mark for me.
Yeah. Now, would I be surprised if, say, George or even Charles takes it? No.
But yeah,
I
same,
wouldn't be.
Same.
I would-
I'm just betting. I'm
But
betting
no
on
more than that. No other than that. Everybody else, Lewis, Oscar, Lando, Carlos, surprise. Fully
Yeah.
surprised.
Listen, I'd be shocked, and this is coming from a diehard Lando fan. I'd be shocked if Lando keeps his number. If
Yeah,
Lando Norris keeps his number, I will tattoo his damn blob on my leg.
Okay,
he
done.
No,
Done.
done.
yes.
Done.
Got it on camera.
If Lando Norris is back-to-back world champion, I will tattoo one of his blobs on my leg. In fact, Alex, you can choose how big it is.
Done.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Done.
But
I'm
that's
excited.
how sure I am that he's not keeping his number. And it sucks because it'd be really cool to see. But at the same time, I will take a Max Verstappen 5th right now. And I mean this for the sake of the sport. I would take a Max Verstappen 5th or a George Russell 1st or a Charles 1st too over a Lando 2nd. So yeah.
I think the Lando thing, I can't see a scenario in which, but again, we don't know what we don't know, right? This is why it makes predictions are fun because we don't know. And no one knows. That's the great part, is no one knows. I can't imagine, and it's not, and I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, and the same thing with Oscar Piastri. It's not because Norris is not a good and or capable driver and doesn't have a good car. I think the team is going to get in the way of any sort of successes that Oscar or Lando could potentially have in eking out a championship run this year. I just cannot, with as many fumbles as they had last year, and with Zach Brown coming in with the high degree of confidence, we're going to let the boys race, team orders are in effect. I just look at it and go, you're essentially predicting similar things, similar disasters as we saw in 2025 by not creating a scenario of which we're saying, okay, this is the driver. Here's who we need to make sure we push as much as we can. No flip-flop BS. Get the strategy calls right. There's so many things that McLaren did bad last year that almost cost them the Drivers' Championship. So I look at it for this year and I go, if that's the same mentality, and we're looking at it right now, and I have McLaren as my 4th best team, given all the information that I have, I go, any one of those little disasters is going to cost either one of those drivers the championship run.
Yep.
Period. So I just cannot see a scenario where Lando goes back to back. I just cannot see it. As much as
There's
I want
no way.
I can't see it.
That's I'm so sure of it that I'm willing to get tattooed. So
I know, I love that.
I'm really, you oddly, whatever you did, now I'm rooting for Lando, man. Now I get to pick the size of the blob, dude.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of now I have to root. I mean, I'm going to be rooting anyway as a McLaren fan, but now I'm going to be rooting even more so as I want to see you get tattooed fan. What do you guys think? So we have this smattering, and maybe we can end on this. We talked about the back of our top 10. We talked about the front of our top 10. We mentioned a little bit Lewis Hamilton, but I think we're all confident that Lewis Hamilton is not going to outperform Charles Leclerc this year. That he's still going to be, 2-3 positions behind, if not more?
I think he's going to be right behind him.
You think he'll be right behind him?
If I'm not mistaken, that's what I think too.
I have him a couple positions behind. And here's the thing. This is what's so... This is that interesting sandbagging thing that we don't know, or how part of what I looked at during testing is, and I think I told you guys this last time, I'm not looking at lap times, but I'm looking at how the team's reacting to stuff, like what they're talking about on camera, what the drivers are letting loose in terms of like, okay, what are loose lips saying? And one of the things that I could see in Lewis Hamilton, despite one interview that he gave, as far as like thinking that the rules were overly complex, you needed a degree to understand them. If you looked at it for the most part, especially towards the end of testing, Lewis Hamilton was smiling an awful lot, and maybe that's because he's getting some of that big Kim booty, or maybe it is that he does have a much higher degree of confidence in this car. And he said, listen, I've been a part of the engineering process in this, and I've been a part of doing the testings on the sim. I am more
DNA is a little bit in this car.
My DNA is more in this car. He just seems to be, part of me thinks I think Lewis Hamilton's really good at saying the things the team wants him to say. But then there's also that Lewis Hamilton where emotion gets injected into the situation where he says what he just says off the top of his head. And I think there was more moments in the latter half of testing where he seemed to be very authentic as far as like the smile on his face and getting to grips with the car. There seemed to be a lot more positivity there. So Lewis Hamilton's kind of the one for me where it's like, I have him pretty much right in the middle at 6, but could even have him all the way up to like 4, depending on if he can actually get to grips with the car.
Yep.
So here's my thing with Lewis. And this is the big main reason why I have some hope on his ground effect. The way he drives cars that were not in the ground effect era, it's a night and day difference. And I think I agree, Cory. He looked very happy during testing, and not just off track, but even on track. Like you could just see it in the way he was driving. So do I think he's going to win a couple of races this season? Probably not. But I do think he's going to be on the podium a few times.
I could
Because
see
if he
Lewis
doesn't
Hamilton
finish on the
for
podium
sure.
at some point this season, he's going to go down as one of the worst Ferrari signings of all time. He already is the driver that's taken the longest to get on a podium with with Ferrari.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if he does it 2 seasons?
That is a tough stat for a 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
that's a tough stat.
And I don't want that for him, genuinely, because I think he's good for the sport. So,
All right, guys, this wraps it up for episode 11. What a nice episode. I think next one will be about a week away from Melbourne.
It's gonna be Melbourne.
down under.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the start of the race season. It's going to be cool. So thanks, everybody, for hanging with us. We'll be back next time. Later.
Peace.
Lotus, Lotus, Lotus 72